She's getting up yet, we haven't done changeover.
This is a secure unit, where children and young people are held under lock and key. There are 45 of these units in England. Every year, some 1,500 boys and girls between the ages of 11 and 18 pass through them. They are known as the last resort of our childcare system. Local authorities pay over £1,000 a week to keep a child here.
Who's buzzing? Who buzzed?
It's Michelle.
Right.
Salters in Cambridgeshire is a small secure unit attached to an observation and assessment centre. It houses 6 girls. They may spend just a couple of days here, or they may be here for 6 months or more. The courts send girls to secure units for many reasons. Some are thought to be in physical or moral danger, on the run from care, involved in drugs or prostitution, at risk of abuse, or suicidal. For those convicted of offences, it's an alternative to prison. So all sorts of young people find themselves locked up together. Why do you think you were sent here?
I don't know really, I think it's just the social workers thought that I was putting myself in danger all the time, taking overdoses and absconding. Every time they put me in a place I ran away from it. So eventually they just ran out of places. This was the last one.
Anything else?
My lip trim.
Your lip trim?
Yeah. And a jog.
Make sure you don't want a full breakfast whilst we're at it.
Bacon, eggs and sausage, please. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Why do you think you were sent here?
For running away, and I was dangerous myself because I kept on taking overdoses and hurting myself.
Why do you think you were doing that?
I don't know, I was just upset with the way things are at home and everything.
Do you think, is it the first time you've ever been locked up?
Yeah.
Tell me what it's like.
It's alright. Well, it's not really, but, you know, it's best.
What do you mean it's best?
It's because I know if it wasn't, I'll be doing stupid things again.
The building was designed in the 60s, supposedly to feel like a home rather than a prison. But the limited space is very confining, with cell-like bedrooms, sealed plastic windows and locked doors. All activities from meals to school lessons take place in the one living area. The staff operate a constant regime known as the colour system, which rewards good behaviour and punishes bad.
I think the unit is actually run by the colour system. You wake up to it every morning. What the staff do is they assess your behaviour during the day and mark you down on colours. Red is unacceptable, yellow is acceptable, and a green is good. It's usually very hard to get greens. You have to do something really brilliant. But it goes by attitude, effort, behaviour, and it's sort of marked up, the little squares up on the board. It helps you get by day. I mean, you live by it. It's one thing to keep you going, to make sure that board stays nice and clean.
Perhaps in a way it's also staff's benefit, although the girls, I think, do need some incentives because they are actually locked in and their movements are restricted. They do have to have something to work for. And it also helps staff to watch their behaviour patterns. And I suppose in a way it does give us something to use. We do have sanctions which are sort of run in conjunction with the colour system. We have we can, if girls smoke, we can take away their next cigarette if we think the behaviour's been so bad. We have things like a 24-hour no colour, which is slightly more than that. It means they go to bed at 8 o'clock at night. They only have 2 cigarettes a day, and they're not allowed any phone calls. But the worst of all is being locked in your room for 24 hours, which is only used in exceptional circumstances, if girls have attacked members of staff or peers. But it isn't used very often at all.
Definitely too dark. Broken.
You'd be good as a hairdresser.
How would you know?
Because I've seen you do people's hair, haven't I? Like Diane's.
I don't want to do Diane's hair.
Yeah, so. What is that?
Just a little bit.
I don't want any on.
Just a little
I don't
bit.
want any on. I don't want any of that on, Suzanne. I just don't like it.
Well, what about eyeliner?
What is it?
It's only an eyeliner.
Like you've got on there?
Yeah.
I don't trust you. You might poke me in the eye.
Oh, don't be silly. Would I do that? Look up. Look up. Come on, please.
Why were you sent to me?
Because I kept ringing. Because I kept getting in trouble with the police. That's why. And I kept ringing 999 calls. And I tried to nick a camera as well, so I just got sent here because they didn't trust me anymore.
How was it when you first arrived here? Do you remember the first day you came?
What, first day coming here? No, I can't remember. It's a long time ago, I can't remember.
You know, what did you think it was going to be like?
Here, coming here again. Horrible. Just didn't like it.
What is it you don't like about here?
Because you're locked up all the time, and you're not allowed out, and it's just not fair. You should let me out in the open unit. And you can go out there, but they don't trust me. I just don't like it, it's a prison.
It's all yours, honey bunch. You gonna play up tonight? Right. Charlie. Huh? Charlie! I'm going to bed early tonight after last night. I've got nothing to get to. They took everything out of my room last night. Everything. I put it on the floor. I can't have a mattress. We've got another week in here anyway. A week in Sunday? That means you're leaving Sunday with me? Yep. Oh, great! We know we're going away party that night. Yeah, true. Not the one they expect, though. What, playing up? You bet, man. Huh? I've got nothing in my room now, and in my books. And all my folders.
I think their initial thought is they've been sent to prison and they're being punished. And I think it's quite a difficult job to explain that they're not being punished. And it is hard when you're taking away their liberty to sort of say, you know, it isn't a punishment, it's to help you.
At first I thought it was a punishment, yeah, and I kept saying I'm doing time at certain place, or I'm locked up or whatever. But no, I just don't take it so bad, but it's still a bit of a punishment, yeah. I mean, you don't just get put here for being good, do you?
I want to go ice skating. No, take me swimming, Claire.
Nicola suffers from epilepsy. She has to go to the office daily for her medicine.
joking if you've ever seen me on the ice.
No, I can't swim, Nick.
But no skate then.
I can't ice skate.
Yeah, just because you told me to do it, you broke your wrist so you broke your arm so you couldn't have your court because you didn't like them waiting a long time.
No.
Yes, you did.
No.
Yes, you did. You don't have to do it.
You want to get anything?
Swallowing it.
Sure.
Swallow it. Oh, I like it.
Swallow it.
No! No!
Swallow it.
No!
You're not going out until you swallowed it.
I don't like it.
Swallow it.
No.
That goes down. That goes down as a refusal.
Okay.
No, very much.
Have you swallowed it?
Let's have a look.
Open your mouth.
Shut up, you.
Open your mouth.
Can we have a look?
Good
Spin
girl.
on that.
And you.
Stupid slappy.
How much contact do they have with their families?
It's quite difficult for them, the families. A lot of these girls come from a long way away, and they've got other children as well. But generally, you'll find that if it's possible, they'll get here.
What about letters and phone calls?
They're allowed a phone call in every night. They are allowed 3 telephones out a week. Letters, any amount, don't matter. And they're important to them, the girls.
What's the difference leg?
I've got another one in there somewhere.
What's the difference leg?
Huh?
What's the difference leg?
He'd break them. He'd break the two of them in the car crash, I think it was. Look. So it's the letters from Sandy.
Yeah, it's funny, I know.
Hi, gorgeous. Last night was the best night I had for a long time, and a blah 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 blah. Can't wait to work together again. When you left, I was alone in my room, and I just couldn't stop blah blah blah. Boring. You wouldn't believe a 15-year-old could write that much. I mean, he must be taking phrases out of a book or something, because there's no way he could be that intelligent. I don't care what he says. Personally, I think he's a virgin myself. I said that to him. He was like, that's a big shot. Yeah.
We should go on a French trip, shouldn't we?
Go where?
On a French trip. Yeah, because we're not allowed that up here, are we? Are we? Are we, Diane?
No, it doesn't look
No, it's not fair, is it? We should be let out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, when you get in the mobility program, you'll be able to, won't you?
Yeah, but why weren't we allowed that before? Because you don't trust us, do you?
Sometimes it is impossible to take girls out because of the care order they're under, or maybe on remand or whatever. But the majority of girls do start a mobility programme very soon after coming into the unit.
As girls move up the colour system, they're allowed out more often, but they're always accompanied by staff. It helps to relieve the boredom of being cooped up and keeps them in touch with the world outside.
Jackie, you sure you checked your locker properly? Do, and check mine while you're at it. So don't... Oh, Jackie! Go down and check in my bottom drawer, down my room. How often do you get to go out?
A few times every week.
What sort of thing are you doing?
I'm going to shopping and I'm going, well, we go swimming and that and ice skating there for good and that.
No, but
You spend quite a lot of time locked up yourselves, don't you? There are some people who suffer from claustrophobia who can't stand being in here. Sometimes with visitors around who ask to be let out very quickly. Sometimes social workers don't like being in here at all. It's quite hard, isn't it, on a unit of this size to give people any privacy? It's extremely difficult. There is virtually nowhere for them to go apart from their own rooms. Your book. No, I've read that already.
Would they get my privacy at all? There's nowhere to get privacy from. When you're in your room at night, you can't sit and have a cry because the staff look in the little window on the door every 15 minutes. I mean, it's a secure unit. We're watched 24 hours a day. You see, if we get privacy in here, girls tend to misuse it. I mean, the staff have to keep an eye because there's some girls that do stupid little things, like try and cut themselves up with razors, swallow toilet paper, and everybody has to be watched constantly.
Tell me, have there been any times this week when things have got out of hand?
Yeah, for night time, we all decided to play up, so we all covered our windows and then we had to have our things taken out of our room.
What is it the staff are worried about? Why do they worry about you covering up your windows?
Because they've got to check us every 15 minutes because they think we could do something stupid like, I don't know, hurt us, strangle ourselves or whatever.
When you're in bed and it's late in the night, I can actually feel the night lady. I might be well under the blanket, but I can actually feel her looking at me.
Yeah.
And even if I'm asleep, it wakes me up because I know there's someone there watching me. And I wake up and there she is.
When I was night lady the other night, I was very conscious of the fact that I'd got to very quickly press that light on and off.
Yeah, because it wakes you up and you can actually feel that there's someone watching you.
That's right.
And that's what I mean by no privacy.
What about having a bit on the outside?
That's what I was thinking of doing, making curtains. So the night, sort of like doing it sort of like a leaf, so she can just pop it up and pop it back down.
Because that's how Lisa used to do it, because she didn't like it, did she? So what she did, put a little piece of paper on the outside of the door.
Yeah, and
we just used to lift it up.
There's no point in me because I'm going soon anyway. But
well, I don't think it matters whether it's you or whoever it is.
Oh,
it's the fact that it's escalated and it's now getting out of hand.
Well, last night was alright, wasn't it?
But if you don't sort it out, then it's going to get pretty awful, isn't it? Because you're going to have staff looking at you, checking you constantly. And you'll end up with not having posters in your rooms and all sorts of things. Which is a shame. Everything is taken into consideration, from sort of door handles to light fittings to window fittings to everything you can possibly think of that could be something that could be used, whether it was to throw a dressing gown cord over or a towel over or what have you, or stripping bed linen. We have to think that there are no dangerous areas, that there are no sharp obstacles where girls can actually hurt themselves.
Why would they want to hurt themselves?
Basically, I think it's because they don't like themselves, and the way they've probably been treated in the past. Society has shown them that they're not liked people, and they're there to be used and abused, but not respected in any way.
So what kind of things would they do to themselves?
Swallowing razor blades, carving themselves up to quite a strong degree, and that isn't just arms or wrists, that can be face, it can be breasts, it can be any part of the body. Burning themselves with cigarettes if they have an opportunity, even setting fire to themselves.
What happens when something goes missing?
We have to have a strip search, all of us. If they don't find it, I know they check that they search for the unit first and they strip search us. If they still don't find it, they just leave it there.
What sort of things are they worried about?
Well, I don't know, you can hurt yourself with it, you know, with a pin or anything. I think you can hurt yourself, and that's what we're worried about.
Just a pin?
Yeah, I don't know what you can do with that.
Yes, do. I want a salad. I'll take it, alright?
I can get them myself. I can get them myself. Please. I don't like you anymore. And I don't. You take me.
They're not in the thing.
No, it's on yours.
Would you like some peas, Nicola?
Yes, please.
I'll go get some.
Where are you going?
Look what you're doing, look.
Suppose you want one of these?
Yeah.
Yes, what?
Yes, please.
Please. I'll get one.
So I can't eat with my finger?
No, you can't.
So I have to eat my spoon?
No.
What do I eat with then?
A knife and fork.
My knife?
You're quite capable of using a knife and fork. Use it properly. Michelle, do you want some peas?
It's sometimes hard being in here, living with all the other girls.
Yeah, sometimes. Because we argue a lot and, well, one girl wants attention, why the other one, anyone gets attention, we all want attention.
So what happens then?
Well, we just, I don't know, stuff just split themselves up, Like one stuff goes to one girl, another one goes.
What happens here when things really get out of hand?
We got locked in our rooms.
Sit down or fucking stab her.
No way to deal with it, is it?
I've got to tear every little hair out of her fucking head. She's going to pay for that. I don't care if I do time for it, she's going to pay for it. So I'm going to go back and finish my tea.
Well, don't start getting into the other now, please.
She keeps out of my way, but I'm not she better keep out of my way.
You have to deal with it.
Fuck off and don't talk to me, alright?
Suzanne?
Can I get down now?
No, you're waiting.
See, when I come in, I was my own person. I controlled my own life. But since I come in here, everybody's just been running my life. It's just like I'm dead. They're running my body. They're telling my body what to do, and I don't get a choice. And that's it. I've got so used to it now. It just don't bother me no more. As soon as I turn 18, I'll just turn around, stick my fingers up at them and tell them to get lost. And that's it. No more about it.
This is Marcello Gandini, and this is his work, which begs the question, what does the Lamborghini designer drive to Lamborghini? Naturally, he chooses one of his own designs, the Citroën BX. Beneath Signor Gandini's sleek exterior beats a heart with 16 valves. It can take this BX from 0 to 60 in less than 7.5 seconds. The car is capable of 135 miles an hour, but today, all this machismo is not for Marcello. He is simply enjoying his work.
Citroën BX. Do you enjoy getting to work as much?
Keep calm. Nobody panic.
Looks like an insurance job.
Call Direct Line on 081 686 2468.
Many of the girls at Salters have had such painful childhoods that they need specialist help with their problems.
Yeah.
So each week, trained counsellors come to spend an hour talking with the group.
What is your definition of a slut in here?
What is my definition
Yes.
of a slut?
I'm asking you, your definition of a slut.
My definition of a slut is a prostitute.
Exactly. What's your definition of a slut?
That's certainly one, but it does depend on who uses it, doesn't it? I mean, it's not the word I
Well, I'll
use.
tell you what you think now, right?
some
Hang
people
on,
use
hang
it a
on,
lot.
right? This is all our own sort of generation, yeah? We're all around our own age group, yeah? Right. I turned round to the staff yesterday, and she tried to tell me she calls a slut a commoner.
Well,
she may, you see. People use it differently. I don't know.
We come from London, Suzanne, so maybe we have different expressions there. But
Right.
she's saying she meant it differently.
Yeah,
okay?
but of course she meant it differently, because she wasn't going to turn around and say what she really meant.
Right.
Because
So
I know damn well what she
that's
meant.
the bone of contention, then.
I
isn't it?
know
You
damn
don't-
well what she meant. I'm not fucking stupid. I've been in these kind of places long enough to know what people mean and what they think. I've been in a secure unit since I was 11 years of age, man. Give me a break. She changed her story. She cut herself out. She can't do that. She cannot do that.
So what do the rest of you think should happen? Have you got ideas about what can kind of be done to make things easier?
These group sessions help the girls air their grievances and share common experiences and feelings, but they fail to provide the intensive counselling many of them need. The resources simply don't exist to give them one-to-one therapy on a regular basis, even where the need is greatest. So the staff are left to pick up the pieces.
She's a bad sport. She don't like you. Shot her now. No! No! Sorry! She's not ticklish!
All children in care are labelled by the mere fact that they are in care. The girl who comes from a secure unit has another label.
I love you too!
And I think that she doesn't have the same chances as a child who has maybe lived what we would call a normal family life, which is very sad, because sometimes it's not their fault that they're here.
Are a lot of the girls sexually abused as well?
Yes, they are, yes. Sometimes by their fathers or uncles or any member of the family. Sometimes by complete outsiders. Sometimes even girls that have been fostered have been abused in the foster homes. I think that's probably one of the saddest things of all, that girls that come in here, probably about 90% of them have been abused at some time or another.
Yeah, I get reinforced. That wasn't what I meant,
Charlie, you chicken!
Right, here we go.
hard living here sometimes?
Very. Even though it's like a home to me, I can never forget the fact that it is a secure unit and that the people here are not my parents. And when I leave, I'll probably never see them again. There's one or two that I can't stand, but most of them I get on really well with, and they're really kind, really nice, the majority of the time anyway.
Girls still manage to run away from sorters, usually when they're allowed out of the unit. Suzanne has recently returned from 3 weeks on the run in London.
I made my way to Covent Garden because that's where I hang out. And I just spent mostly the 3 weeks up there. I'm streetwise. I've been on the street since, 13, 14. But don't worry me, because I know what the risks are and I know whether to take them or not.
So what happened to you this time on the run?
Not a lot really. Just dosed about and I was staying at my boyfriend's house, and unfortunately I ended up getting pregnant.
Was it a bit of a shock?
In a way I was sort of expecting it, but it didn't really hit me until they told me. It didn't really hit me until they actually said, look, we've done 2 tests, you're definitely positive. And even though that was a week or 2 ago, it's still hitting me now. I'm still actually getting used to the idea now. But I think it'll be all right. With a bit of help and support from my friends, everything should just work out fine.
Is pregnancy quite common?
It does seem to be. Sadly, it does seem to be. And if you speak to the girls, a lot of them are desperate to be pregnant, desperate to have babies of their own. Somebody that they can love, that is only theirs and nobody else's.
You will have pneumonia in a minute. Right, we did worse. Hang on, we did worse than this last night. We never got pneumonia.
You can't sit and have your tea looking like that.
I'll get something with some... What, mate, are you calling me ugly looking?
No,
Are you calling me ugly
no,
looking?
just wet.
You shall be slapped.
Suzanne, are you listening to me? I will go and get a bowl with some warm water and I'll tip it over your head.
Good idea.
Sweet.
Good idea.
Decent.
I like it.
Please, could I help?
Why did you want to come back?
Because it's home. It's the only place I've ever been able to call home. And I miss my friends. I miss the staff. I miss a lot of people. And I miss my bed.
Oh, beautiful, Ma.
I want to be able to leave here the right way, not by running away. Go spend some time on the open unit, get used to having more freedom, and then go to a hostel and just wait till the little nipper is born and go back home to Ireland, I suppose. And start patching things up back there. Oh.
Do you think you deserve to be sent here?
No. Well, it's helping me. I don't want to leave. Because if I go out, I'm only going to ring 999 calls again and I'm only going to get nicked to Holloway. So I'm scared of getting out of here now. Because this place has helped me a lot.
How does it help you?
Helps me away from the phones, telephones.
Do you think you have to be locked away to be kept away from telephones?
Well, if I go out, I'm only going to go straight to the phone. So, I won't last very long outside, I don't think.
You can't cut yourself with that knife anyway, it's blunt. Right? You're getting all the attention you want, you can't cut yourself with that knife. I don't care, she's so fucking stupid. Little bitch.
Hey.
Every single day, right? She's so
those things sometimes blow up on the unit so that things get out of control?
Yes, it can happen, and it can happen very quickly. So you really have to be very quick in the way you react. But we do have the alarm buttons around the wall which we can press, and main unit staff assist immediately, and they're very good.
What's your wrist now?
Well, I'm not surprised.
Sorry.
Silly thing to do. Just
Yeah,
because
well-
you get hurt by accident doesn't mean to say you have to hurt yourself, does it?
Yes.
Right.
Clear now. I'm not
going to...
Well, leave your husband and all?
No.
Well, I've that tonight?
Yes.
How could you sharpen knives?
In here, with great difficulty.
How? You don't have sharp knives, do you? Why?
Well, for the very reasons that you've tried to do tonight. The very things you've tried to do tonight.
So you're going to punish me, are you?
No. You've been told no.
So if I did it on purpose,
that would be a different matter, wouldn't
what
it?
would happen?
I don't know. That would have to be discussed.
When you get the cops?
Sorry?
When you call the cops?
I doubt it.
Well, so I'll just get away with it, will I?
No. If it was deliberate, then you would be sanctioned.
Put in my room, yeah.
I don't know.
For 24 hours. I don't care.
But that's not going to happen, is it? Can you look in the bottom of the base for 2 knives, please?
There's only this knife here.
And another one, and a fork.
This fork.
How do you get on with the staff here?
Alright, I suppose. No, you're alright. Some of them.
Why do you tell them you hate them all the time?
I'm only joking, because they say horrible things to me, so I just say it.
What are the hardest things about being here?
The hardest is being locked in your room.
What's that like?
It's horrible. It's horrible. It feels lonely.
This 13-year-old has been promised a visit to see her new baby sister in the morning. But the visit depends on her good behaviour.
If we think you're going to run, there's no way we're going to go.
Mum said he was definite.
Well, I'm telling you, it's up to us.
Yeah, not sure.
It is.
No, we haven't.
But if you can keep your cool tonight, and tomorrow morning you're caught, then it's a promise we will go. And Stuart will have his camera.
So if I play it tonight, I won't go?
Not necessarily, no. And Stuart will have his camera to take photographs of the baby. Okay?
Involved in it. So
I think it does. Because you'd like to see the baby, wouldn't you? Hmm?
Yeah, I would.
Well then, isn't it worth behaving yourself to get something like that?
Does it bother me? Mum said it was definite. You say it's not.
I said it wasn't.
It was definite.
It was a possibility.
It's definite.
Everything's only definite as long as you behave. Isn't it?
No, it's definite. It bothers me. You don't let me go.
I think it does bother you. Because you really do want to see the baby.
Does it bother me if I don't?
Yes, it does.
Right.
So you're going to behave tonight or not? Can you think about it?
Will play up, play up. Does it bother me?
Why not?
Sit down.
Nearly every secure unit in the country locks up children and young people for the night. No one can claim that locking them up alone at night does them any good. The question is, what further psychological harm is being caused by this nightly ritual? And couldn't anything be done to make it unnecessary?
If you're going to start that stupid nonsense, I shall spit in the whole of the room. Yes, you are. You do not come in up whether you know.
Well, we're allowed to, because we
You
had a
are
meeting.
not.
We had a meeting, actually.
You know full well you are
Have
not.
a meeting, said, yeah, the window, you're coming with big rock. We had
Could you explain to me why the girls have to be locked into their rooms at night?
Because we only have one night care assistant on duty overnight, and there has to be 2 members of staff in the unit before a room door can be unlocked.
And would it be enough? Why do you think it hasn't been made a priority to put more staff on at night?
I think it's all got to do with money, hasn't it?
At the moment, the day staff go off at 10:15, 10:30, and the night staff take over. And at the present time, we have one night lady in the unit and one night lady on the open unit. And we have a member of staff sleeping in who, should the girls have any needs, comes down and assists the night staff. Because sadly, one member of staff couldn't be in a unit on their own with 6 girls or even 2 girls, because there could be problems.
What kind of problems do you think?
They could be overpowered. They could have their keys taken from them. Or they may just be ill. They may fall. They may faint, which leaves the unit vulnerable.
So, how many staff would you need on the unit to make it viable?
At night?
Have the doors open?
2, possibly 3, because I think night times are difficult times. Girls don't always sleep to order, and everybody knows that when you're laying in bed, your problems are bigger than they are when you see them during the day.
What do you want? No, you've just been to the toilet, you can wait. Well, you're not going to make it worse by saying you're swimming.
Just leave her, Richard, because she's on the plane now.
Go and lay down.
Sometimes they cry themselves to sleep, sometimes they're aggressive, sometimes they smash up the furniture in their rooms, or they rip down the blinds, they kick the doors, and sometimes they try to bang their heads on the walls or whatever, just for the mere fact that someone will actually go in because they know that they're hurting themselves, then someone will go in and talk to them.
So really, if there was one more member of staff on the unit, that wouldn't be necessary?
No, the doors could be left open, and I think the day will come when in secure units that will happen, but not just yet.
Just going in, Mo. Hello, Nicky. Do you want to talk about your shade?
What?
Do you want to talk about your incident, Shade?
What?
What sort of day do you think you've had?
What?
What sort of a day do you think you've had? Has it been a good day for you?
No.
No, why not?
Because I hurt you, that's why.
Well, we can get over that problem.
Don't turn the light on.
We can get over that problem. No problem to me. The worst thing that's happened, well, you can read it.
No, I can't read it. Who wrote it anyway?
Anne wrote the first bit and Diane the first. And the second, it says Nicola was loud initially, but settled down when
Who
put in
wrote
her
that?
place. Anne. Seems to be fairly light-hearted today and not
Seems to
not
be
a lot
what?
light-hearted. Not a lot of swearing, which is good, isn't it? And then for the second period, Diane's put Nicola's been in a pleasant mood in parts of the shift. She's been making great efforts with her swearing, but has slipped a few times. Now this is the problem, isn't it? On going to bed, she covered up her window, and so her colour has been dropped. Now you
Today?
Knew, yes. Now you knew that would happen.
So I'm on a yellow now?
No, you're not.
I'm on a red?
You're on a red.
Now?
Yes. It was explained to you time.
You give me that a minute.
No.
I want to read it.
Because you'll tear it up.
No, I'm not going to
Yes,
tear
you
it.
are. You can see it from there. That's what it says on the bottom. And you knew that was going to happen.
No.
Yes, you did. You were told.
I fucking hate you, you bastard.
Well, you knew what would happen.
Fuck off. I want to do it even more now.
Well, that's up to you entirely.
I don't care.
But you knew what would
I
happen.
don't care. Let me read
And
it
I can't
myself.
treat you.
I
No,
wanna
because you're going to
see-
tear it up.
I'm not going to tear
Yes, you
it.
are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Richard, I'm not.
I've told you what's on it and I've read it.
Oh, I want to read it again myself.
No, because you'll tear it up.
I'm not going to tear it up,
Yes, you are.
Richard.
Don't be silly.
I'm not going to tear
Anyway,
it up.
that's the situation. All right? No, no, then.
You bastard.
That flew like a...
Think how you would have felt if your own children had come to a place like Salters.
Yes, yeah. And I wouldn't have liked it. Not because of the staff here, more because of the fact that they would be locked up. I wouldn't have liked that at all.
Do you ever think maybe some of the girls shouldn't be here?
Yes, sometimes you do. You wonder why. Once you start to read through case notes and things, you do realise why they're here. But sometimes it shouldn't be them, it should be their parents or whoever's brought them up that should actually be in here.
If we have to do it, you'll mind the door. I'll hold them with you and
Get lost!
You've been told what will happen?
Get lost!
Get on there! Pack it up.
Nicola, come on, calm down.
Go on, Spencer, out.
Wait.
Since this film was made last year, the educational and leisure facilities at Salters have been expanded and improved. Staff numbers have been increased in the daytime, but the girls are still locked into their rooms at night. The Department of Health keeps no national statistics to tell us what happens to children when they leave these units. Of the 3 young people we interviewed, the 13-year-old is living in a therapeutic children's home. Nicola ran away from the psychiatric clinic to which she was sent Now 18, she lives on her own in the community. Suzanne left her baby daughter with her mother and disappeared.
So it's his